So people who know me know that I haven't been in a real relationship in almost 10 years now. It's almost been a decade, folks, since I've been in a real relationship. Okay? Whereas most people I know have been in 4, 5, 6, 7 relationships in that time period. And then I also look around and I see people and I know people that if they were to lose their boo thing today, they would have another one Saturday. You know what I mean? Like people who just always have relationships coming and going. And sometimes, not a lot, because I don't think about it a lot, but sometimes I find myself over the years being like, how do these people do it? You know what I mean? I see like these serial daters and I'm like, where do they keep finding these mates? Like, how do they do it? You know, because I look at them and I'm like, it's not that they're more handsome than me or like funnier than me or have more money than me or more charming or have a better personality, I think, than me. You know, there's no traits that I can see that just stand out. And I'm like, oh, that's why these people, they just seem like ordinary, regular people like myself. And I'm like, why? Like, how am I not been able to like find anybody in years? And these people are always finding people. Now, one thing I realized early on was that a lot of times these people aren't as picky. Okay, so there is that. But I also, when I really started analyzing it, I came to the conclusion that I think I just give off lone wolf energy. Okay, I think that people can sense that I'm a loner and that to some extent I really don't need anybody. And so I think sometimes that pushes people away. I think people might be less likely to approach, okay? And the fact that I'm a loner and I have this lone wolf energy also makes me like less likely to approach. Because I'm like, if it just doesn't seem like the right situation or she doesn't seem like the right woman, what's the point? You know, just how there's some people who are like, you know, very needy. And people can sense that. Like we all know people who have to be around other people. They have to be with their friends or they have to always be dating somebody. They get taken advantage of a lot because people can sense like that energy. Oh, that person will take whatever I get at them just to be around me, whatever. I think the same is true when you give off an energy that says, I'm not going to put up with nothing. I think a lot of people are like, oh, I got a lot of stuff he or she would have to put up with. I'm going to fall back, you know? And I started wondering too, like, well, when did like this whole loner thing become a part of my personality? You know, I really started analyzing this whole loner thing, this being alone, because I'm pretty much alone 95% of the time. And I thought back as a child, all my older, I was the baby, all my older siblings were girls. So there was always kind of this, like, they was doing girl stuff. I was doing my boy stuff. I was raised in the 80s. There was a big difference between what girls and boys did back then. Okay. Different times now. But so I was kind of, you know, alone in that aspect. Growing up, my mom didn't allow me to play with the neighborhood kids. We ain't gonna get into that. So I played alone like my whole childhood. Okay. If I wasn't playing Legos by myself in the living room or reading a book in my room, I was like playing basketball by myself. Had a basketball goal, had to play by myself. Every now and then a friend might come over. I used to play baseball by myself, okay? I would throw the ball up, I would hit it. I would like run the bases as far as I felt that like that hit deserved, and then I would go field the ball. Like I would hit the ball, run to what I was my second base, and then I would like go field the ball, throw it back in, try to get me out at third. It's just, but you know, play by myself. Elementary school, junior high school, like I had friends at school, but I never really hung out with them outside of school. So as soon as I got home, it was back to, you know, just being me. Even as I grew older, moved out the house, like when I got my 20s, I started partying, drinking, all that. So when it was time to like get drunk and chase women, I was outside. Like I was outside. But as soon as that was over, everybody knew Tim probably ain't gonna answer his phone till it's time to like get to it again, you know? So I'm like, I guess all of that shaped me into the man I am today, to where like, it just seems natural to me to be by myself. Like, I like being around my friends, but even my friends will tell you like, yeah, Tim, once every 2 weeks, he might come out. he might go to lunch or show up for do coffee or something, but like he mainly keeps to himself. I think maybe sometimes I wonder if I hadn't have had like the childhood I had, would I be more outgoing? I don't know. Maybe there's a part of it that's in my DNA, because my dad is a bit of a loner too, and we're a lot alike. I think it's an amazing thing that the older I get, the more of my dad I see in me, which he's an awesome human being. So I think that's cool. But I'm just like, maybe part of it is in my DNA, and the other part of it is part of my upbringing. But I'm just a loner. Like it makes sense to me to be alone more than I'm around other people. But when it comes to like relationship, especially as I'm getting a little older, and there's a lot of things, well, not a lot of things, but for example, I realized that I don't want to do as much solo travel. I really would like to like do some more traveling. I'm going to do more traveling, but I want to do it with people. I've identified in that area of my life, I want to be around people more. It just feels like as I'm getting to my mid 40s now, maybe a little bit of that energy is in certain areas dissipating, but for the most part, just like a lone wolf, you know what I mean? Like I just do me. I think it's also telling that, like I haven't been in a relationship, no kids, no pets. Like I have very little out stuff in my life other than me. But I don't think this is a bad thing. And I don't think those of us who are like this need to see it as negative. In fact, I think it's like a superpower. I think it's amazing when you can go through life and while you need friends, while we all need love, do things you love with people you love is one of my mottos. So I enjoy doing that. But I also think it's awesome when you can do things you love with yourself. When if just left to your own devices, you're okay. When most of the time you don't need anyone outside of yourself. I think this is amazing because it keeps you from having to put up with a lot of the BS that other people have to put up with when they feel like they have to be around people. When people feel like their life isn't complete unless they're around people 90% of the time. If that's who you are, cool. But that comes with a lot of drama. That comes with a lot of BS. Like, think about it. Most of the drama in your life came from other people. Most of the drama in your life came from interacting with other people. How much drama do you get into sitting in your room by yourself watching TV? The drama starts when you get on Facebook, you get on social media, you go out and driving around, or you hanging out. That's when all the drama starts. When it's just you at the house, very little drama till you let somebody in. So I kind of always feel bad, and I think it all evens out because the people that feel the need to be around other people a lot more, I think they get a lot of perks, like they date more. You know what I mean? They probably have more sex. You know what I mean? They probably get more, feel more love at times. But they also have to deal with that drama. They have more drama. And with all the stuff they get more of, they probably get more of, other stuff that's not as good. Those of us who are like lone wolves and kind of do our own thing, who walk through this world mainly alone, we get less of some of that other stuff because we don't interact with people as much, but we also get less of the drama. You know what I mean? We get less of all that other stuff they have to deal with that we don't. So I think, as with most things in life, it kind of evens out, but I think society as a whole thinks that people who are lone wolves, people who are introverts, they think that like there's something wrong with them. And that's why they're constantly trying to like tell us that one day our lifestyle will change. You know what I mean? They're constantly trying to say, oh, one day you'll have this, one day you'll have that. Oh, it'll come, just give it time. And I appreciate the sentiment, but I'm like, some of that stuff, I don't have it because A, I don't want it, or B, I'm just really waiting for the right situation to bring that into my life. So, don't look at me and feel sorry for me. Like, I'm good. Like me being alone, me being by myself is a good time for me. You know what I mean? Like I'm having fun. For example, right now as I'm filming this video, yes, y'all are watching it. Shout out to y'all. Thanks for watching. but I'm literally by myself on this path in the middle of the woods, and I'm having a blast. This is what I do, right? You know what I mean? The sun's shining, the little river over there, like I'm good, the birds chirping, I am good, I'm up right now. As I'm doing this, I'm not saying, man, it would be nice to have somebody with me. This is fine. Every now and then I might be like, you know, I would like to, like, I'll go on a nice hike and I'll be like, man, I want to show somebody this hike, something like that. But 9 times out of 10, I just want to go do that hike by myself. You know what I mean? When I'm watching my WNBA basketball games, I'm watching my NWSL soccer games, I'm happy. It's just me. I don't want anybody talking, interrupting it. You know what I mean? Asking me who's she, what position she play. I don't know. No. I just enjoy doing me, and like it doesn't strike me as odd most of the time. It's typically only when I compare myself to other people that sometimes I kind of get that societal view of like, what's wrong with you? Why can't you? But it's not what I want to do. At the end of the day, I love being a loner. I love giving off this lone wolf energy. It would be cool if I could see like some of the women who maybe are interested in me but don't really, you know, come forward because they feel in my vibe. It'd be cool to, you know, be able to see. I'm sure most of them are probably like, yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work. But, you know, but I'm learning to like not think it's wrong. I'm learning to like not think it's negative. I'm learning to realize this is just me. This is what I do. My life, even if I get in a relationship, which I would love to find someone to spend the next 40, 50 years of my life with. Even if I get in a relationship, I've realized that like, I'm still gonna wanna be alone a large portion of the time. I'm definitely gonna wanna spend time with her, of course. But, you know, I've always said, I don't know if I'll ever live with somebody. If I do live with somebody, we're gonna have separate rooms. Like, there needs to be a place where Tim can go and just get away. Like, and there be nobody. Like, I have to have that. And I think the more we can identify who we are and what we need in our life, or what we need in a relationship, or what we need in friendships, and not feel like there's something wrong about it, and not feel like we're weird or feel like we're different or that it's a problem, then the more we can just like live our life. And that's really all I want to do, is I want to live my life on the level that makes me the happiest. And for me, that means a large portion of the time, I need to be alone. I need to be out here by myself. I don't know why I love just being by myself and thinking, but I do. So I'm going to continue to do that. Even if it's another decade from now, a relationship rolls back into my life. I'm still going to be the lone wolf, and I guess she'll be the lone wolfess. What's a female wolf? Hey, I'd love to hear what y'all think about this in the comments. Are you a lone wolf? Do you like to be in the wolf pack? Let's talk about it. Talk to y'all later.